We watched a Japanese pitching legend cross the ocean and achieved the coveted benchmark, 10 major league wins, a feat many struggle their entire careers to reach. Yet the reward for this monumental effort wasn't praise, but a cold, calculated insult, a minor league contract offer. How could a 10-game winner, a reliable rotation anchor who delivered 157 innings, be deemed utterly expendable by the most advanced analytical machine in sports? And what does this brutal valuation say about the entire modern game of baseball?
Welcome to 601 Daily News, where we dive deep into the numbers and emotions that define the drama on the diamond, peeling back the layers of this story to reveal the moment when a pitcher's intrinsic value shifted from irreplaceable asset to calculated risk. The pitcher in question, the former Giants ace Tomoyuki Sugano, finished his single MLB season with the Baltimore Orioles at 10 wins and 10 losses, posting a 4.64 ERA across 30 starts.
To the vast majority of Japanese baseball fans, particularly those who grew up watching the game in the Showa and Heisei eras, this is the epitome of a professional starter, a dependable veteran who saves the bullpen and consistently gives his team a chance to win. Our collective baseball intuition tells us that a pitcher with this kind of volume and this many wins should be fielding massive offers.
But the cruel reality of 21st century MLB is that volume is meaningless without dominance, and the statistics reveal a fatal mismatch between Sugano's masterful control-based style and the league's hyper-aggressive, data-driven environment. The real story isn't his ERA, it's what the advanced metrics screamed about his future. The local Orioles beat writers and scouting departments were focused on three terrifying numbers: home runs allowed, strikeout rate, and average fastball velocity.
Sugano allowed an alarming 33 home runs, an American League high, translating to approximately 1.9 home runs per 9 innings. This means that every time he took the mound, the odds were overwhelming that 2 balls would fly into the stands. It didn't matter that the Orioles had renovated Camden Yards, pushing the left field back to create what some called Baltimore to help right-handed pitchers limit home runs. Sugano could not capitalize on the advantage. The cold hard fact is that his pitches, even his famous splitter and slider that dominated NPB lineups, were being seen, anticipated, and crushed by the power-centric hitters of MLB. His average fastball velocity of just 92 miles per hour, 148 kilometers per hour, is, in this league, a distinct liability, not an asset. When you cannot generate swings and misses with sheer power, you must pitch inside the zone, and if the break on your off-speed pitch is slightly off, the consequence is immediate and brutal. This is why his strikeout rate, a mere 106 Ks in 157 innings, was considered fatally low. Modern MLB front offices, driven by sabermetrics, despise in-play balls because they introduce variability, luck, defense, and randomness. They pay fortunes for pitchers who can, through sheer dominance, take matters into their own hands and record an out via strikeout. As one prominent analytical scout brutally put it, the 10 wins were fool's gold. When your xERA is 5.50 and you yield 33 home runs, a league worst mark, you are not a major league asset. You are a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. We pay for future value, not historical volume. This brings us to the structural cruelty of the situation. At 37 years old, Sugano's profile signals decline, not growth, in the eyes of an MLB team like the Orioles, a team overflowing with young, minimum salary prospects like Grayson Rodriguez. Why would the Orioles use a precious 40-man roster spot and guarantee millions to an aging veteran whose data suggests poor long-term value when they can cycle through young, controllable arms? If Sugano were to struggle early in the season on a major league contract, the team would be forced to swallow the guaranteed money and release him, sacrificing roster flexibility. The minor league contract is not an insult born of malice. It is the standard, emotionless business offer given to every aging pitcher with concerning metrics. Come to spring training as a non-roster invitee. Prove you still have it against the best young talent. And if you earn a spot, great. If not, wait in the minor leagues. For a pitcher who won 2 MVP awards in Japan and stood as the undisputed ace of the Yomiuri Giants for a decade, the prospect of grinding out bus rides and uncertainty in AAA is not a compelling career choice. The clock is ticking, and his remaining time is too valuable to spend in competitive purgatory. This harsh American valuation creates an inevitable and completely rational outcome: the return of the hero.
Let me state clearly, Sugano's return to the Yomiuri Giants is not a failure. It is the most logical and necessary choice for all parties involved. Consider the Giants under manager Shinnosuke Abe. They struggled this season precisely because of a lack of a stable number 3 starter. While Tomoyuki Sugano and Shosei Kogo are formidable, the young pitchers, though promising, lacked the stability to chew up innings throughout a full campaign.
The burden fell heavily on the bullpen, leading to a late-season collapse. What the 2026 Giants need for their VKI is not a fireballer throwing 100 miles per hour. They need an adult in the rotation who can consistently give them 6 or 7 innings of quality, competitive baseball, exactly the skill set Sugano perfected in NPB. The metrics that doomed him in MLB, the home runs, will reverse entirely in Japan.
NPB utilizes a less lively ball, and the batters, while skilled, are less power-centric than their MLB counterparts. Sugano's ability to locate, induce weak contact, and command the inner third of the plate remains a top-tier asset in Japan. As a matter of fact, right before he left for the U.S., his 2024 NPB season saw him go 15-3 with a minuscule 1.67 ERA. The decline didn't happen overnight. The environment changed.
"We don't need a 100-mile-per-hour fastball right now," one Giants insider is rumored to have argued in the front office. "We need a man who knows how to pitch 120 times a season and eat innings." Sugano has that mastery, and the numbers in NPB prove his worth remains absolute. His return is strategic, not sentimental, but the value goes far beyond innings pitched. Sugano, the veteran who faced the fiercest analytical gauntlet in the world, who tasted both the sweet victory of 10 wins and the bitter sting of rejection, returns as the ultimate living textbook for young Giants pitchers like Nishikan and Inoue. He can teach them about the weight of a single pitch, the difference between an NPB slider and an MLB sweeper, and the professional resilience required to anchor a rotation.
His return is not a retreat, it is a higher calling, a reassignment to mentorship and leadership. For the fans, this narrative is irresistible. The wounded warrior, the true ace who earned his stripes overseas, comes home to rescue his original team in their moment of crisis. Where the American computer saw only a declining asset, the Japanese context recognizes a premium, indispensable asset capable of swinging a championship.
The true climax of his career is not fighting for a roster spot in the minor leagues. It is standing on the mound at the Tokyo Dome, wearing the number 18 once again, leading the Giants to victory and pursuing a combined milestone of 200 career wins. He demonstrated the humility to challenge the world summit and the wisdom to return where his unique value is fully understood. Tomoyuki Sugano, at 36, is standing at a crossroads. He can choose the path of uncertain struggle in the minor leagues, or the path of guaranteed glory as the final piece in the Giants' quest for dominance. This choice is not about failure or success, it is about finding the optimal environment for mastery. This story isn't over, it's entering its final, most emotional chapter. But before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Sugano should swallow his pride and try to fight his way back through the minors? Or is the return to Kyojin the only fitting path for a pitching maestro of his caliber? Let us know your passionate thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive into baseball's harsh economics captivated you, please hit the like button, share this video with fellow fans, and subscribe to 601 Daily News for more analysis that goes beyond the box score. Thank you for watching.